Hey guys, it's Aislinn, and in today's video, we're going to be dyeing my hair, and I am really excited. I have been holding off on doing this. The whole month of December, I have had the itch and the urge to do this, but I waited until Vlogmas was over. It's a new year. Let's go ahead and dye my hair. So basically, if you have not been following my journey, let me just walk you through real quick. So back in July, I dyed the back half of my head black with a, I think, demi-permanent color. And then I did a color remover, and then I did a bleach-based color remover, and it brought me to like a level 7 color. And then I've been copper ever since. I've had the copper color for quite a while now, and I have not like done my roots as they've grown in. So I have a lot of banding back here because when I dyed my hair back in July black, I had about like an inch and a half of regrowth, and then the rest of my ends were a very, very bright platinum blonde. So the demi black went on top of my roots and then on top of platinum blonde ends. So whenever I was doing color removers to fade off that black dye, basically the ends that were previously platinum lifted so much better than that little inch band where it was my natural color. So I have a lot of banding going on back here, and obviously that was like back in July. So I've had like this much regrowth since then, and I have like 3 different bands in like this much of my roots. So I'm gonna try and even everything out today. I probably will wind up bleaching the whole back of my head back to a platinum blonde this year at some point, maybe February or a little bit later in the month. I haven't decided yet, but I'm trying to prolong it as much as possible. I'm trying to let my hair grow out as much as possible before jumping to the bleach and bleaching the back of my head. Just trying to let it heal and recover because I also do have a lot of breakage. So my thinking is let's go ahead and just try and even everything out back there with some permanent color that's like copper. So we're gonna do a custom mix formulation today of like a natural toned copper, and we're going to go ahead and dye my roots, and then we're going to process on my ends too. So for my roots, I'm going to use 20 volume because they need to be lifted and then the color needs to be deposited. And then for my ends that were previously platinum, I don't need to lift those anymore, so I'm going to mix up a second batch of color, and I'm going to use Zero Lift Developer, so that way it's just like glazing those ends. Let me walk you through what dye we're going to be using. Okay, we are using mostly Matrix today, which is a new line for me. I have not used any of this type of Matrix color, their permanent line. So I'm gonna go in with 9CG, which is a copper gold. And then I'm gonna mix this with 8G. So I'm gonna mix these equal parts, and then I'm gonna add in some 8CC, and then I'm gonna add in just a dash of 9V. So let me go ahead and mix up both bowls. One is gonna be a 20 volume, one is going to be with Zero Lift. Before I start applying the color and mixing things up, let me show you the back of my head, because I told you guys there's a lot of banding going on back there, and I think y'all need to see it for yourselves. All right, here is the back of my head. Honestly, this breakage is growing out quite a bit. Here we go. Let me explain this to you. So from here up, all of this was pre-lightened blonde. This little dark band right here is where I had that regrowth and I put the black on. And then you see this little copper band right here. All of this was regrowth. And then when I did the bleach-based color remover, it lifted my regrowth, and then I've glazed it with semi-permanent copper several times. So this almost matches my end color right here. So this is my new growth, obviously. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna apply the 20 volume from my roots all the way down to this band and see if it can budge this band at all. So there's what my current hair situation is looking like. It's really not that noticeable, but I know it's there and it bugs me. So we're gonna try and fix it with permanent color. I'm just not quite ready to go in with full-on bleach yet and bleach that whole back part of my hair. I will again at some point in the next couple months, but I'm trying to prolong it, and let's see if this can do anything. In beauty school, they teach you color doesn't lift color, and for the most part that's true, but color can definitely budge color a little bit. So we're gonna see if it can budge any of that black out. So let me go ahead and mix up, and then we will section off my hair. All right, you guys, everything is mixed up. I have my hair sectioned off. I did the best I could. It gets kind of like sloppy the more and more you do this to like have the exact same partings, but I feel like I did a pretty decent job. So I went ahead, mixed up both ones. This is the one with 20 volume. It's already oxidizing to like, you can see some violet tones in there. So the white brush is the one with 20 volume for my roots. This one hasn't oxidized at all. It's the one with 0 lift, and I use the black brush for that. I'm gonna go ahead and spin around to apply this because obviously I'm working in the whole entire back part of my hair. So if I'm looking straight, I'm not gonna be able to see back there. So I'm gonna put a mirror behind me, and I'm gonna use this mirror, line them up so I can see what I'm doing, because I'm gonna try not to cross that line where that super dark band is. I don't wanna overlap this on my ends that had been bleached a few times. So I'm gonna try not to overlap it too far. Again, here's another little before. Let me split it straight down the middle so you guys can kind of see what we're working with here. So there you guys go. You can see a little before once again of the banding that's going on back there. Hopefully this just blends the lines a little bit more. So I'm just applying this all the way down to where that darker band is. Normally this isn't that noticeable when I freshly dye my hair with a darker semi-permanent copper color, but obviously semi-permanent color is not going to fix the banding at all. It's just going to cover up the banding, and then once that color fades within like 3 to 5 washes, that banding shows right back through. So I figured this was a good method to kind of correct the banding a little bit, make it not as noticeable. And then also in the future, if I love this color, I can just keep touching up my roots as they grow in, so that way I don't keep getting banding and I don't have all these different lines of demarcation. I can always go back in every couple months and just put this on my regrowth to lighten it and make everything even back there. That way whenever I go to bleach it, it's all one color back there, and I'm not having like all these different patches of blonde or brassy colors, and it'll make it easier in the future whenever I decide to go in with lightener and try and make all of this blonde again. I really liked the Matrix permanent color line, and I would definitely use it again in the future. It was super smooth, super creamy, it smelled nice, and also the color payoff was really pretty. I was really impressed with this color line. All right, you guys. Got everything applied back there at my regrowth, and so far it looks dark. I only mixed up level 8 and 9s, so I know it's not going to be that dark when I rinse it off, but it is looking dark, and it's also looking like it is blending out that line, but again, could be just because it looks dark back there. I'm just hoping it makes things a little bit more uniform. I know for a fact it's not going to get rid of that band that I have back there, but I'm hoping the 3 different bands that I have, it kind of just like blends them together a little bit, and if all else fails, at least it will lift my regrowth so I don't have 3 lines of demarcation. I mixed up just enough color for my regrowth. I have literally like nothing left in here. I'm scraping the bowl. This color smells really good. Sometimes permanent color can smell like super strong and overpowering, but this doesn't smell like that at all. It smells really good and it has like a nice fragrance to it, so that's good. It's also super creamy. So far I like the Matrix permanent color line. Let's see what the instructions say here. Okay, it says process at room temperature for 30 to 45 minutes as needed. So let's go ahead and apply this on my ends. This is now oxidized. Now I know this formulation isn't gonna be like extremely intense bright copper. I do have another formulation written down that's more of like a deep intense copper color, but I was going for more of like a golden copper. For me personally, whenever I have rainbow in my hair with this, I like the copper to be more of a like golden copper versus like straight up like a copper penny, you know what I mean? I love a copper penny color, and I will probably do that in the future because I did buy a bunch more color from a different color line. So if I do get bored of the golden copper, I can always go like a more vivid copper before I try and remove everything to go back blonde. So we do have options, which is good. So far, it's looking really pretty. I'm excited. It does look like it's evening things out back here. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it does look like more of an even base than it did before. I was just thinking like using permanent color is gonna be better for my hair than using bleach, which is why I'm trying to like, you know, give it a go at using permanent color until I'm ready to bleach it. Like hopefully using the permanent color to touch up my regrowth and like touch up the copper will make it so that way I'm not like, I wanna bleach my hair right now. I wanna show you guys, look at this. So this is my hair breakage. Look at that. I have like 2 strands. And that's where it all broke off. Thankfully, it's not breaking off anymore. I did buy more of that Redken acidic bonding concentrate, and when my hair is super damaged like it was, that's like my go-to. I feel like it immediately stops the breakage and makes my hair feel a lot better. I'll tell you guys my like 6-month game plan. Are you guys ready for this? Like 6 months to a year. I do in fact have like kind of a guideline game plan of like what I'm thinking for my hair. So this is what I would like to do. You guys know I do change my mind often about my hair color, and I get bored of things quickly. So don't take this as like testament or like, you know, if it's actually gonna happen. But ideally, I would like to keep the copper for like 1 month. 1 month longer. I've already had it for months and I'm starting to kind of get bored of it. So unless this color is like game changing and I feel so refreshed and I love it again, I'm gonna want to change the copper soon. So what I'm thinking is we keep in with the copper theme. Again, trying to keep the warmth and the copper and prevent myself from bleaching this back part as long as possible. So I'm thinking we do this color, then maybe we do like the darker copper if we like this one. We might just skip the darker copper totally, we'll have to see. And then I kind of want to go burgundy, like a red burgundy color. And then after that, I think we do color removers and go back blonde and bleach everything all over to be one uniform blonde canvas. And then I would like to start the process of growing out my regrowth. You guys know I went over a year without bleaching my roots. So I would like to do that again. I was just looking at pictures and my natural color is so freaking beautiful. I love it. So at some point this year, I would like to get back to an all over even blonde canvas and then let my natural grow out again. I just feel like right now, if I just let my natural grow out all over, it's not gonna look cute because I have like so much going on right now. I'm gonna have like regrowth up here and then blonde on my ends, and then back here I'm gonna have copper with regrowth, with a darker band, with lighter ends. I would like to get like one canvas that's like one uniform color and then start growing out my hair again. And then I can play with the blonde, you know what I mean? Because this back here, I can play with darker tones and reds, but I'm kind of limited to like colors I can do in the back half of my head. So that's personally what I like to do. But then again, you know what I'm saying? Like I could have a little spur of the moment change of mind and want to do something totally different. I have everything applied back here. It looks really pretty. Wow. I hope this turns out well. I'm gonna let this process for like 25-30 minutes because it's already been on my head for a while. So I'm gonna let this process 25-30 minutes. I'm gonna wash it out really well, and then I will be right back to show you guys the finished result. And I think I'm gonna try and curl my hair because I haven't curled it since I cut it. And I kind of want to see what it looks like curled. I'm gonna let this process. I'll be right back and show you guys the finished results. Wish me luck. I hope it's pretty and it's not ugly and it's not just brown and it's copper. Kind of looks brown, but we'll wait and see once it's rinsed off, okay? Okay. All right, you guys, I am back. I did curl my hair. Not sure how I feel about it. It's kind of cute, but I'm just not used to it. I haven't curled my hair in forever. I used to wear it like this all the time and I never do anymore. And I just feel like I have so much breakage and my ends are thinner, so it doesn't look good. But let me know what you guys think. Do you like the curled hair? I do like it with the color combo. Are you guys ready to see the color? Let me show you guys. Here we go. So here it is. Let me spin around this side. And then I will spin around and like divide my hair so we can look at the banding and see if it got any better, if it got worse, what the situation is back there. So let's go ahead and spin around and dissect the back of my head. Okay, here is the back of my head. I love the color. I think the color is absolutely gorgeous. It's that like goldeny copper color. It's so pretty. I don't know that it looks that much different than it did before. I do think it looks more even and richer all over, and I think it looks better than it did before. But like the actual color, I'm not sure if it looks that much different. I'll have to like look when I'm editing and see like the before and after, because like to me, I don't really see the back of my head very often, but I can definitely tell the banding is more even. Let me show you guys. So here it is. I love it with the pastel rainbow. I think it's so cute. So let's go ahead and split this apart. Here we go, you guys. What do you think? I just think it blended everything together really well, and it did exactly what I was intending for it to do. That band is definitely still there, but I don't think it's as noticeable as it was before. This color is just so pretty. I love this copper color, and honestly, the curls are kind of growing on me. I don't hate the curls, I don't hate them. I think this copper goes so well with the pastel rainbow. I'm really loving the pastel rainbow vibes. So yeah, here is the finished result. That is all for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to check out my Instagram. The link to that is in the description down below. I post way more of my everyday life on there. Give the video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. I love you guys so much, and I will see you next time. Bye.